This shot serves no purpose. Don't be afraid to trim the fat on your edit. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video on the channel. My name is FILMMAKER. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down and reacting to Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced world premiere trailer. Now, Assassin's Creed is one of those games that I used to play a lot. I used to play a lot of 2, a lot of 3, well, I think it was 3 with Connor, the Scottish fighting the English. And then I never really played it, so I don't know these new Assassin's Creed games. When I say new, I'm talking like 2013, 14 onwards. I don't know any of these games. But I know that Ubisoft is in a lot of trouble, and I think it's like one of their final things that's going to hopefully bring them back. So, if you're new here, how this is going to work, I'm going to react to it for the first time. Never seen this trailer before. And then we're going to go back through it and break it down from a filmmaker's point of view. Why they've gone with a certain shot, you know, lighting, editing techniques, the cinematic language. And one other thing, don't forget to join the Discord down below, be part of the community. And second of all, I'm going to be reacting and live streaming the Xbox June Showcase on the 7th of June. So, if you want to see me break down some of these trailers live, ask me any questions at all, join the Discord and they'll let you know when I'm going to be live streaming. Just the 7th of June, we're going to be live streaming. Anyway, shut my mouth, let's jump into this. Yeah, this is the pirate one, isn't it? Black Flag.
We fly no colours out here, but praise the lack of them.
So it's mixed.
Let the black flag signal nothing that your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil.
That's gameplay. You can tell which is.
All men will submit.
Oh.
We're pirates, kid.
Beautiful
we take
shot.
as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't work if you love it.
Very, very nice. There was some shots in there that I really, really liked. Let's go back through it. So, first things first, good old establishing shot. Telling us where we are, what we're doing, why we're doing it. What we see here, what we see in this frame. Water, ship, tropical beach thing, I don't know, just a massive rock. Birds, and then we hear as well. Let me see, did we actually hear it? Yeah. So the diegetic sound is working with the visual. Diegetic sound is what you hear in the actual piece of cinema within the universe. So see those seagulls? That's diegetic sound. Diegetic sound of the seagulls, setting us up straight away. This is in the middle of the ocean. And it's dated as well. You know, this is like, I don't know, I'm saying medieval times, but this is, you know, back when pirates used to run the 7 seas. Is, you know, we've got, it's very old tech, you know, cannons, ship being steered with the I don't know what I'm doing here, the thingy, the capstan, the crow perch, I think they're called up here. Anyway, very nice shot, really, really nice. Use of, not a lot going on actually. So we've got the foreground, nothing reaches water. Middle ground, obviously the ship. Background, these different boulders, or not really boulders, these little islands with the birds. Really, really nice. But it came. You see that the non-diegetic. It builds us up. Actually, ooh, I didn't see this. Dirty framing for the first second. Excuse me. First second, we've got dirty framing. Really nice. So we fade, no, we don't fade from black actually, we fade into it. So this is a really nice technique that a lot of filmmakers can use, is overexpose your image and then bring it right down as you transition in, as we see here. So it's really overexposed. Overexposed is basically when it's like that, it's the lighting is blowing it out. And underexposed is the opposite, it's when it's really, really dark and you can't see. Overexposed, coming in, as we're coming in into the subjects, it gets the correct exposure. Really nice. Nice panning in shot, tracking shot of the actual, you know, pirate ship. Then we go into, we get more detail. So we've had a detailed shot, establishing shot, world building shot. Where are we? Right, we're in some sort of coastal, you know, medieval time with the birds. And we go into the ship, more detailed shots, and we have this really nice hero shot. Hero shot, essentially when you're good guys, you know, giving power, he's chilling, he's just enjoying life. Backlit as well. A lot of these cinematics are backlit. It gives you that really, really nice cinematic feeling. And if you look at the way they've exposed this as well, look at the colours that are popping, right? The thing that's popping is him here in the centre. He's got all the light surrounding him. He's got the lines leading towards him as well. Oh shit, there's a cat there. They've got the lines leading towards him. He's placed centre of the frame, and the middle mast is centering him as well. Dirty framing with her on the left, this guy on the right. Different, really nice use of the different foregrounds. She's in the foreground, he's in the middle ground, and the background is pretty tight with the grounds actually. So foreground, then you got middle ground, background, really pretty tight. Normally, you know, like if it's a wide shot or something, there's a lot of distance between the different grounds, but here it's very, very tight. Yeah, and then he's basically up against, it's overexposed, the background's overexposed, you can't see anything. That's done deliberately to draw your eyes to this guy, the captain, the assassin. I don't know who this is, Ezio or whoever the hell. I don't follow Assassin's Creed, but this is the main guy, the captain. Really nice pushing in shot. This is beautiful. I don't think this is Unreal Engine 5, they have their own engine, but then we have a cut-in, a medium close-up to show us who he is. So here, we don't see his face. I always talk about this in my videos. Whether it's a good or bad guy, don't reveal too much about them. If you want them to remain mysterious, don't show their face or don't show their eyes. This is one thing that Diablo, Lord of Hatred, did very, very well with the old man. We saw his mouth, we saw his hands, we saw his hair, but then when, you know, the real oomph, the real moment came, we then saw his eyes, a bit of a Dutch tilt. Go check that out, link up there. Same thing here, we're introducing him, you know, he's captain, he's centre of the frame. Going in, get a detailed shot of him. Really, really nice, 45-degree lit. Really, really nice soft textures. This is what I like to see as well, shadows, use of the shadows here. A lot of things like, say, take the League of Legends trailers, for example. They're very, very flat images in that there isn't a lot of shadows. Like, if you go any of the cinematics, like We're Still Here, the most recent one that came out, they're very anime, cartoon styled, very flat. Every part of their face is lit up. Whereas with these games, well, you've got a jawline, don't you? with these games here, they're really detailed, heavy detailed on the shadow. Look, it just rolls onto his forehead. I wouldn't say big forehead, but my forehead's bigger. You see the hairline. Anyway, yeah, really nice use of the shadows here. Yeah, really, really nice. Backlit. Same thing with this person here in the focus. So they probably used a 2.8, 1.8 aperture lens here. Aperture, I mean. Putting out the backgrounds, really shallow depth of field. They're blurred out, really drawing our attention to this guy. Again, establishing shot. A lot of people seem to think that if you use one establishing shot, you can't use it again. Nonsense. You can use as many establishing shots as you want if it makes sense. So see here, right? We start off establishing where we are. This is one scene, one sequence with set pieces. This is one location. Then we have two more shots, and then we go to another location. And when you have another location, you need to establish where we are, which is, you know, we're now in some sort of coastal town. It looks like somewhere in Greece or maybe Spain. Beautiful. If you ever want to go on holiday, go to Greece. Fucking beautiful. I loved it there. I did work out there for about 2 months. The Ionian Islands, very, very nice. Anyway, getting off topic. Look at the detail on the water. Oh, yeah. So establishing shot, establishing where we are, pushing in. Probably a drone shot, maybe a crane shot. So on a piece of crane, you know, get like some like a zip line, and then you just throw the camera down on the zip line, and you get this shot here or going up or going down. So yeah, beautiful shot. There isn't really too much to talk about here. It's just establishing shot, going up, showing where we are. Then we cut back to this guy again, not showing his face. The less you reveal about your character, the more mysterious they are. So what we got here, right? This guy's the main center of attention. You see how his hood's a little bit overexposed, Like compare this white to this white here, of this of the flag up here. This is more overexposed. They've done that for a reason, to draw your eyes over here. Like if you swap the exposure for his hood for this, your eyes would be drawn over here because this is the most bright part of the image. Whereas that wouldn't work. You know why the director don't want your eyes over here, wants your eyes over here on the main character. So he's overexposed his hood a little bit to draw your eyes there. Normally what they do is they overexpose the eyeballs because the eyes are the most, what's the word I'm looking for? White part of the image, because you know your eyeballs are pure white. Pure white, beautiful. Was that a tracking shot as well? Huh? Tracking in, going into him. We're not matching his pace, we're going further into him, which works well because like we get the sense that he's in a hurry, he's in a rush, right? Really nice shot there. World building as well. Hold on. I would have held this shot for a little bit longer. You can't really read that too long. Yeah, in my opinion, the editor messed up there a little bit. I would have held that shot a little bit longer because you can barely read that sign. Hold on. Here, pirates beware. That's not on for. So we're on what? We're on 8 seconds. Going to 9. I mean, it's on for about half a second. Half a second isn't enough time for somebody to take in a full scene, right? It works when, like, take the Berserker scene from Gears of War example, the tomb scene. When you want to have quick edits of this bad guy or an action scene, it works. But for this, a more slow-paced thing like this, it doesn't work. They should have held this for about another half second, so it makes a second of 2 seconds. They should have held it because people can't read this in half a second. Pirates beware, spelled with a Y. It ain't enough time to read it. I mean, I think when I first watched it, my eyes were over here following him. I wasn't paying attention to this. But yeah, really nice shot, dirty framing as well, using this pull focus. I'm not pull focus, the focusing on this, but as you see here, compare this shot, the blurriness of this to this, right? See the difference. This is very, very shallow depth of field, very blurred, whereas this is a little bit not so blurred. We can still see, even though it's blurry, we can still make out what's going on. We can still see our main protagonist here, random NPCs, you know, just going about the day, but we can still see them. This probably was maybe a 5.6 aperture, so it's still blurry, but it's not too blurry where we can't see what's going on. Checking in, world building as well, just showing us more of the town.
We fly.
And then we hear the voice of God. So what the voice of God is a narration, a voiceover telling you what's going on. This can take many different formats, like in the Metro 2039, I think, the trailer that I did last week. It's one of the I think it's German or Russian, wherever it's set. It's Russia, isn't it? One of the Russian guys, the bad guys, on the speaker, comply or whatever he was saying. Whereas this guy's telling you what's going on. It still serves the same purpose. The voice of God can take many different forms.
We fly no.
And then here, is this the same shot? Is this the same place? We've got a tree there. No, it's not actually. So yeah, we're just going in. There isn't really too much to talk about in this shot. Just a world building shot, pushing in. Wide shot as well. When you do world building shots, you want to have wide shots. You don't want close-ups. You only use close-ups if you want to show the emotion of your character, draw your attention to something specific. Otherwise, do not use close-ups. Close-ups are reserved for detail. We don't need an extra detail on this random wagon cart full of hay, do we? use wide shots like here, world building, showing you what's going on, building the world, seeing a lot of things. See, right? If we had a close up of her, maybe we can see over here the fountain. Maybe we can see this guy in yellow. Don't serve. Wide shot, high up, looking down.
We fly no colours.
Tracking shots, and you've noticed as well, this is all shot on a gimbal. Very, very smooth shots. Steadicam, dolly, whatever. Smooth shots. There is no action here.
We fly no colours.
We fly in all colours. Different colours. Blue, green, grey, red.
Here.
And then that subtle things. It's all in the sound design. Multiple layers of sound design really elevates a piece of media, a piece of film.
We fly no colours out here.
Really nice. So that would have been non-diegetic. That's mimicking the whooshing of the camera. Or maybe it's whooshing off the I don't know, just wind going through the trees. But in my opinion, when I heard that for the first time, I put two and two together. Camera, whoosh, together. Pushing in. Again, world building shots. There isn't too much to talk about. Very, very high focus. This is in focus. This is in foreground's in focus. Middle ground, the background's in focus. The background, yeah, too much, but yeah, still works.
But praise the lack of them.
And then here, right? You notice the difference. Take these shots, right? What's different about these shots? I'll give you a hint. It's the way it's shot. It's a piece of gear. See if you can figure this out.
We fly no colours out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag.
Do you see what I'm talking about? One more time. What am I talking about?
But praise the lack of them.
So I'm talking about handheld. So the tone's changed. Now we've gone from high colours, everybody's partying, yada yada yada. Everyone's having a good time.
Out here, but praise the lack of them.
Then we cut to a destroyed ship. The lighting low key, right? The storm's coming in. The colours have been pulled out. Very desaturated colours. And the camera movement is representing that. If they shot this on a smooth, steady cam, dolly, whatever, it won't have the same effects. Look at the little hand gestures here. Here, where is it? I didn't see it. That when the lightning strikes, they move the camera subtly. Very, very nice. See that there? You can catch it. And then we have again another hero shot, but this time action starting to pick up. Really, really, I think maybe 45-degree angle lit by the moon. Beautiful, beautiful. Shallow depth of field as well in the background. Action shot, hero shot. Not showing his eyes. This is one thing that the League of Legends trailer did, I'm Still Here, when they're showing old man Yasuo, but they bring up his hat slightly, but you still can't see his eye. Very good. I always talk about this. These are the most important part of your character, your eyeballs, the face. This shows what your character's feeling at all times, but if you remove that, what does that may do? Mysterious. Look at this. Beautiful. Off.
So let the black
tracking shot orbiting around him. Low angle as well, actually. He's got the power. We're looking up at this guy. This guy holds the power, wherever his name is.
Black flag sig.
Which is obviously this guy is still wearing the same amount of stuff. God, he's got a chiseled jawline, doesn't he? Oh, he's got a bit of a patchy beard.
No, nothing.
Really nice. So we see what he's seen. Like, if we got rid of this shot entirely, we went from this shot to this shot, it wouldn't make any sense. We've got to have this shot for a reason. So we see our main character, this guy maybe second in command, maybe this guy's actually the big boss, he's boss, but this guy's the big boss. He's looking through a telescope, and then we cut to the actual telescope, showing, oh, this is a different kind of ship. You know, we could, this might be, so like when I'm talking about here, right, say we go from this shot to this shot, this could be any old ship, this could be the good guy's ship, but it's not, because we see our good guy, our assassin here, right, but we're looking at come on England, a great British ship here. And we get the sense that they're going to attack, scouring it out. And then, of course, cut to action shots. Got crewmates hurrying them up. I don't get why this guy's not wearing blue. All these guys are wearing blue, but he's not. Difference in hierarchy, maybe?
Allegiance to man.
Oh no, he's not wearing blue. Yeah, maybe it's just difference in status. Maybe these guys are the regular grunts. He's a little bit further up in the chain. Who knows? But yeah, actually that would make sense. Actually, yeah, using colours. I don't really talk about this too much, but using colours to differentiate your characters. So all these workers, right, are in blue, but this guy is in brown. He ain't got no. He's got neutral colours on. Well, look at him. He's ordering them around. Same thing with this guy. Get in the cannon, right? He's ordering this blue guy about. This guy wearing blue. He's like in command as well. So differentiating with the colours. Beautiful. Following it. Then we cut to... Where is this? Up in the helm?
Freedoms.
Really, really nice Dutch tilt here. So we're at a bit of a Dutch tilt. Even though these guys, you know, the ship's turned over and this one's turning over, we're still at a bit of a Dutch tilt. That shows the unease of the characters, because we're about to ram this beautiful British piece of steel craftsmanship. Ramming them. Look at that. Look at the way things open up. You're going to get blasted. Look at the attention to detail on that. Look at the little haze, the smoke on it, the little... Boom! The sound design works amazingly. Really close up action. Well, not close up, but close up as in the ships are close. Looking again, not too wide, but not close. Not close up. Not close up. So we're kind of close up in that. You know, we get the tense of the action, but we're not too close in that. You know, it removes what we're trying to feel here. Panning shot. We're in the action now. This is one thing a lot of people don't really tend to do, is get in the action. Get in the action. Now, if I'm shooting like a music video and there's a fight scene between two characters, I'm getting in there in between them. I'm pretending to be the other guy just got smacked. I'll get like the character to go boom, and then I'll move the camera with it, and then I'll cut back to the guy who's just got hit. Like, it works really, really well. Same thing here. We're in the action, even though I think this is gameplay because it's pretty low res. Even though 1020 180p. Yeah, we're in the action. Yeah, it is pretty pixelated. Let me just upgrade the let's go to 4K. Hold on, go back here.
If a man plays...
Hold on. Yes, it's still... I mean, it's better, but you can still tell this is gameplay because it's lower res. But still the same thing in the action. See this cannonball going... Doosh. Beautiful. Is this handheld, actually? What is this? Handheld, yeah, so you get what I'm saying here. They had the action's picking up. So we've gone from steady shots here, you know, padding, smooth shots, there is no action. Everybody's having a good time. Party, party, party. And then we cut to here. Shit's being blown up. Our character's matching on the cut as well. So we see here, right? Although he's over there, isn't he? He was... Well, don't matter. Matching kinetic editing. Although this isn't a good example of it. No man, ignore me. It's not a good example of it. But yeah, a lot of people seem to think you need to edit on the beat. Editing on the beat of the music is good, but matching, I think that's better than editing on the beat of the music or the sounds, is kinetic editing, using the motion of your characters to edit on the beat of the motion rather than editing on the beat of the music. So like we say this guy over here, if we then cut to this shot but he's still here, like maybe have the camera over here, but the music's not on beat, it doesn't matter because there's flowing. The main thing with editing, if you're a video editor, is the flow of the scene. If it can't be choppy changing, it's got to flow, right?
If a man plays the fool, then it's only...
Nice tracking shot. Then we have a bit of a hero shot here, right? This guy's shallow depth of field as well.
Fools you'll persuade.
And then we have a following shot, a bit of a wider pulling out a little bit to show the scale, you know, this massive ship being boarded.
But appear to be the devil.
And then here, so we get the voice of God, we get a reveal. So up until this point, we've just been hearing, but then we see who's talking. If I had to guess, this guy's a bad guy, just going off the lighting and going off the voice, the tonality. So how do I know this, right? He's very desaturated, very low-key lighting. The colour is being pulled out. You know, he's lit by the moon. He's just got, I mean, look at his eyes as well. His eyes are the window to the soul. He's
To be the devil.
Be the devil. The devil, but then we cut to the main character. Maybe he's talking about this guy. Hold on, what was he talking about? I haven't been paying attention to that.
That it's only fools you'll persuade, but appear to be the devil.
The devil, cutting to him. So here, this is a good use of a close-up, right? The director's wanting to show us something. What's he showing us? Motion. This guy's running. There's motion blur on this. I don't think there's motion. I mean, there's a little bit of motion blur. Yeah, there don't seem to be. I know a little bit. Yeah, no, there is motion blur. Look, never mind. Just gonna say, that's one thing they kind of messed up on is no motion blur, but there is motion blur here. Look at his feet. Yeah, really nice shot. See that? That don't make sense. So see here, he jumps, right? He jumps, but then he's up here holding this. Kinetic edit. Obviously, I'm nitpicking here, but you know, it's quick shocks. But if you're breaking it down like this, you can see it. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. He jumps, but then he's already halfway through the motion, holding onto this random piece of rope. That's what I was talking about 2 minutes ago. Your edit has got to flow. This doesn't make sense. We go from here to him jumping. If this was me, I'd cut from this shot, have the camera down here, looking up at him, grabbing onto the rope, instead of just having him randomly up here, and then have him swing, and then cut to this shot here, showing him, you know, halfway through the motion on the rope. But obviously we're nitpicking here, but you see what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. He jumps, but then he's already halfway through the motion on this random piece of rope. Yeah, a bit. You can tell this is gameplay. It's pretty rough. Yeah, look at his hands as well. Ooh. Is that AI? Is AI a part of this? Because, fucking hell. Look at his hands. His hands are pretty rough. His hands just warp around. Look at that. Ooh, that's not a good look. I assume this is gameplay because it says here work in progress. Give him some slack. Mixed of gameplay, well, work in progress gameplay and cinematic, but yeah, not a good look. I know that Ubisoft is in a bit of a shitstorm right now, but here as well, I would hold the shot a little bit further. So get over here, over the railing, and then cut to this. Like, yeah, I would do that. Like, there's just some things like, but yeah, I'm nitpicking here. Yeah, like, they've taken frames out of this. You see how he goes from here to there. They've done that. They've probably done that for a reason, because what directors do to take out 2, 3, 4, 5 frames of a scene to show, to get that motion, to it really, like, you've really walloped someone. But they do it with the if you go and watch the Aatrox scene up there that I talk about in the I'm Still Here, they take out part of the frame when Aatrox's sword is swinging towards Morgana, and it adds to that. Like, you're really gonna clobber him. But you see here, his head warps a little bit. You're like, I don't know. Action shots, really, really nice. Quick. See here, right? What I was talking about with this shot here, where is it? here, this shot. Right, pirate, this is too quick. Too quick. I said, you know, quick action shots for action. And it works here. Look. Action. You don't need to take in all this action. You don't need to know what's going on. You just need to know that people are dying. Boom, 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 boom. On for half a second. It works. That's what quick action shots are for. Not for world building. Like, whoever edited this needs to go back and redo it. But, yeah, really nice shot here. A bit of a motion blur, shell depth of field. Ooh, look at that. The white transition. Hold on. Shh. Fully phased. Yeah, and then again, overexposing. Going to the correct exposure as a transition.
My pirate's kid.
Really nice shot here. Again, proper Assassin's Creed like, looking up at him. He's got the power. As he's parkouring. Really nice shot. So when most of the time when I break down these game trailers or cinematics, most of the time when we have when the character is little like that, it's showing that they have no power. In The Witcher, you know, when Ciri's going into the cave, she's little. Diablo, Lord of Hatred, when that big Lord of Hatred's coming up on the pillars, she's tiny. Most of the time, when you've got your character small like this, it's showing they ain't got the power. But here it's a little bit different. It's showing, and then another hero shot, backlit by the sun, just seeing a silhouette. But there is no big evil here. This is showing how much status he's got. It works. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. It can be good for one thing, but they can also be good for another. Really nice shot here. I like it. Beautiful.
Please and become.
Then we cut in. Slow panning shot up on him. Again, really soft lighting here. So you see how the lighting changed from here. You see how it's very cold lighting compared to here, very warm lighting. Showing you different things.
Who we like.
But that look ain't you.
They do a lot of that. I've noticed that. They've done a lot of quick white flashes, like flashbangs. Although that was just a single frame. Just 2 sec. Yeah.
But that look ain't you.
Panning in shot, really nice. You know, gold lit. Gold
It's
lit.
not.
Gold, like 250 Kelvin, 2500 Kelvin. Really nice warm shot. Warm line, I mean.
It's not.
Really nice. Again, this is on for about half a second, but we get it. There's not much going on. We're not trying to read something. If you're trying to read something, you want to hold the frame. Because when I was over here, I couldn't read it. I had no idea what it said. But here, we don't need to read anything. We'll just see it. Again, overexposing the hood.
It's not who you are.
It's not who you are. Really nice backing shot here. Again, this is a frame within a frame, a filmmaking technique. So a frame, you know, the frame of the camera, and then within a frame is this frame in here. This is framing our main our characters perfectly. Nothing going on here. This is darkness, but here, a bit of a moonlit kind of over the head, down, lighting shot, lighting up our characters. Beautiful. Frame within a frame. Oh, that's a nice shot. I love that shot.
Who am I then?
Who am I then? I wouldn't have that shot because here, right? We've had a sequence so far of
It's not
1,
who you are.
2, 3. 3 shots of cold, desaturated colours, but then we have a warm shot here.
Who am I then?
But then we go back to cold, desaturated shots. I wouldn't have that shot. I'd take that shot out because it ruins the pacing. If you ruin the pacing, you're finished. They've ruined the pacing here by changing the shots. You go back in present day, and then this is like, I don't know, into the future, past, whatever. But they've ruined the pacing. We've had 3 shots of cold action shots. 1,
It's not who you
2,
are.
3. But then we changed the lighting to, you know, warmer stuff. Doesn't work. But then we go right back to the cold lighting, to the action shots. He's jumping off, doing the classic eagle, jumping down. Doesn't work. take that shot out. It doesn't, you're not missing anything by taking that shot out. As long as you hear him, you can hear him. Who am I? It doesn't matter. This shot serves no purpose. Don't be afraid to trim the fat on your edit.
Who am I then?
Again, yeah, straight into it.
You're a wonder.
Really nice transition shot into the water.
Can't wait. You've a knack for this kind of work.
That's a beautiful fucking shot. Look at that. Hold on. Look at that shot. Beautiful. Darkness. Lighting. Again, another top-down lighting shot. Then maybe there's a hole in the cave. The lighting's creeping through, lighting up him. Really, really nice shot. Line up the treasure chest, him. Again, using the darkness. You don't need to light everything up in your frame. Use the darkness as negative, in the negative space, to draw the attention to something. Again, there's a bit of leading lines here. Kind of leading down here, right? Same with the lighting. The line's rolling off these, I don't know, these little, I forgot what they're called, stag lights. Not them, but some like them. Rolling off them down here into the main subject. Very nice. Again, another hero shot. Dirty framing, hand, person, dude's head, body, hand. Dirty framing, showing him. Really nice. Handheld shot, I noticed that. Little shaking. Kind of like we get the sense that we're part, you know, we're one of the guys in the frame. You know, we're in the crowd, I mean. We're one of these guys cheering him on. Again, just world building. So we've had the action, now we're kind of... An edit should go like this. Go roll up into the peak, halfway point, and then come back down. Again, middle part, we've got, you know, fighting on the ships, action, fighting, world building, hero shots, stealth, then we come back down here.
It ain't work if you...
Actually, this was the guy that was over here, wasn't it? Maybe he's not a bad guy, or maybe he is. Who knows? He might be a bad guy. Maybe he turns sides. Maybe he's undercover. Who knows?
You love it.
Yeah, love it. Beautiful. And then again, cut back to kinetic editing. So we've seen this before with them over here. You know, the townspeople dancing. That works because we've already seen it. Because if you just had this shot here, it would have the same effects as if it did if you didn't have it, if you know what I mean. Again, action shot here. Boom. Ooh, look at that. Okay.
It work if you love it.
Really, this is good kinetic editing here. So we see him. This is how kinetic editing is supposed to be. Using the fluent movement of your characters. So we see him pull out the gun and he's still in the halfway point. But then he pulls it out and shoots. Really nice. Do we use the explosion? Use explosion. Again, using the explosion. Kinetic editing. Explosion of the gun into the cannonballs. Really nice. And then the ship. Again here, we're going towards the ship. Ship's coming towards us to really give that sense of speed, right? We're going into it. That's coming to us. We're going to it. Boom. And then, of course, into the ending title screen. Really, really nice. There were some things in that I would have changed, but you know, give them some slack. You know, Ubisoft is pretty much nearly finished at this point. Things are all over the place. Layoffs, horrible. But yeah, there were some things that I would have changed in that. And a lot of you have been saying, yo, what would you do, Jack? You know, you say you would change it, but you don't say what you would do. This is what I would have done. So going forward, if there's anything that I would suggest, what I would do, I'd suggest it. But yeah, a really good piece. Some things that I could critiqued, but overall, really, really nice. Hopefully, this will save Ubisoft. Who knows? Greedy CEOs, just in it for the money. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. That's all I ask. Don't forget, June 7th, I'm going to be live streaming the Xbox June Showcase. breaking it down live. So again, if you have any questions, want to, you know, break down anything, let me know, because I will be live streaming here on YouTube. Thanks for watching.